Hello and welcome to the main event. It's the Daytona 500 here, 40 laps in store, and joining me for the first time since the Gatorade Duels, it's Stephen Paul III.
Hello guys, we've cut back my schedule, but I'm here for the 500.
Yeah, for your guys' sake, we cut back on the schedule only to try and provide less laggy races. But you know the starting grid, let's just go through it though. Kyle Collins, Alex Perkle, Eric Powers, Matt Dixon, Charles Sanford, Seth Cole, Will Lewis, Brendan Patterson, row 4, Jessica Shelton and Amy Shelly in row 5, William Duncan and Allie Nelson in row 6, Jonathan Zorline, Ashley Brock, row 7, Gene Sanford, Mason Neal, row 8, Dylan Casella and Sam Curtis, row 9, Dylan Thoreau and Ben Neuwirth, row number 10, Steve Pollard and Chris Louvier, row 11, Daniel Day and Cosmic Nova, row 12, Axel Casella and Sam Young, row 13, Momo Akari and Ish Taylor, row 14, Mary Shelley and DJ Curtis, row 15. In on their speeds, we have Jeff James and Troy King making up row 16, Preston Plord, Tom Shelley, row 17, Alex Hawkins, Henry Powers, row 18, row 19, in on their points from last season, Eric and Rage and Chris Washer, row 20, Austin and Ashley LaPlante, and Dylan Young, Jake Bassinger make up row 21, grabbing the final 2 spots here for the Daytona 500.
It looks like some people did not go drop to the rear of the field after Gatorade dual crashes, but I guess that was not implemented. People didn't. Some guys didn't drop to the back from the Gatorade dual crashes.
Well, they're kind of already back there.
Yeah, that's true.
If they... I think most of them that actually were involved in wrecks were actually back here
pretty much
already. Like, yeah, Bassinger was already starting the final row and he got wrecked. Now, we do have some onboards and we will cover those. First, the Coke Vanilla onboard will be carried by Mary Shelley.
All that Snickers.
The Kyle Collins machine will carry the Chevy on board. Matt Dixon will carry the Dodge on board.
That's a beautiful
Will Lewis will carry the Ford on board. Jeff James will carry the Aarons on board. Sam Young with Sylvania on board. Getting to the last 2, Chris Louvier, the Nick Red on board. And Henry Powers, the City Financial on board.
Nothing, I was just making this have to. Because anyways, we're going down to the green flag here.
Yep. And the Daytona 500 is green.
Now, remember, we saw some wrecks early on in the Gatorade Duels, and they're always 3 wide. We haven't had all.
Yeah, we saw some wrecks early on in Gatorade Duel 2.
I'm expecting maybe a giant wreck. As we see.
Yeah, same here. I don't know. We'll see if the big one strikes at some point.
Top pick to D&Q, and now it's trying to lead the first lap of the Daytona 500.
I'm just probably not going to say a whole lot because it'll come out laggy.
It is lagging.
It may not. Who knows?
It's lagging harder than Brad Smith hit the wall.
If it doesn't even get this, then we'll have to rerun it. Yeah. Kyle Collins leads lap 1.
Man, I didn't know where he could work 3 wide here. They try to go 4 wide.
Matt Dixon now to the top spot.
As he smoked. So I wonder
Yeah,
who was the
I saw
Mr.
dirt
Earnhardt in
there.
this field.
The whole pack's still together, though.
Dylan Young with 22. Oh, no.
Oh, we got cars
God.
in the wall. They're 4 abreast here.
No, they're not. Yeah, they are.
They're still good. Still good. Amazingly.
This is exactly why I'm not in the booth for many races now. We're
Matt
gonna have to figure out a
Dixon
different way to
now leads at
have me
Daytona.
watch the race. We could do like, I don't know, rollouts.
Well, we already cleared up pretty much everything
Trying to figure out
else.
something. Here comes Jesus for the lead. Oh God. As Jesus, we had just.
Yep, Amy Shelly to the top spot. The 89 car.
could do
Whoa,
we
Eric
could do a
Powers
Facebook
sideways in
call.
turn 3.
We could do that.
But
Yeah.
Amy Shelly now,
I
5
can just
bonus
hook up
points
my
for
old
leading a
Skype
lap.
and maybe have Skype on my phone. That'd probably be
Pouring for
easier.
a team with no points right now.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, and you'd actually still be able to share screen.
I don't even have Skype on my phone, but well,
You want to try that? We can just stop the recording for a moment and pause and all that. Take a commercial break.
Man, that was a scary moment right there.
Well, do that while this is happening. Mason Neal to the lead.
Steve
Oh,
Paul is
Ish
making the
Taylor's
move.
on the apron. Oh, whoa, Steve
They say what would
Pollard.
drivers do to make a chase spot.
Evasive move from the 27.
What is this? The 2015 Daytona 500?
As Sam Young, a former Daytona 500 winner, to the lead. Yes.
Oh Lord,
As they're 3 by 3 behind him.
I think Jesus in half the field. Oh Lord.
Daniel, a lot of cars in the wall there. Oh, Dylan Young!
Jesus Christ.
Oh, well, they didn't quite save it. Eric and Rage involved. Chris Louvier. Brandon Patterson. Chris Washer. Matt Dixon. Seth Cole.
Well, I guess the whole
Bassinger,
set there doesn't have great luck in the 2015 Daytona 500 package. There's
Eric
not
Powers involved. Our pole sitter, Kyle Collins, was in the mess.
As I'm downloading Skype. That is amazing. But will they make that green flag pit stop? And how about that 80?
On the bright side, look at that. No bunching.
And the 80 cars.
Well, something tells me they'll pit underneath the caution. Sam Young is the leader. Let's go back and take a look at what happened. On board, Kyle Collins. You know, even though we could see it lag, that actually looks a lot better.
Yeah, it does.
On board, Chris Louvier. Oh, that's how. He actually hits the 5. Now, I know we have Matt Dixon involved. We might also take an onboard with Henry Powers. Onboard Matt Dixon. Boy, that was a heck of a sight. See your teammate riding on his roof. Sometimes riding in the back has its advantages. Just ask Henry Powers. As he gets through all of it. Well, and we knew that they would be making pit stops underneath the caution, or at least at some point. Here they go, pit stops underneath the caution here on lap number 6.
Let's see what happens. This is critical pit stops here.
Well, we'll see how critical who knows if they can make it from here. Looks like fuel only maybe for the 07. Down and away as some guys still coming in. There's Axel Cassell in the 80. See all the guys coming out of the pit walls are still coming in. And there's Sam Young, Steve Pollard, Sam Curtis, and it looks like Ali Nelson actually.
Ooh, Ali Nelson with the strategy call.
So we'll have to see how that works out for the driver of car 22. Let's go back to the green flag. And we are back. As we said, Ali Nelson leads as we come back to the green flag. She's the only car that did not pit. Dylan Casella in the 06 led a lap on pit road underneath the caution, so 5 bonus points for him. The rest of the top 10 behind Ali Nelson: Sam Curtis, Steve Pollard, Sam Young, Gene Sanford, Ben Newworth, Axel Casella, Jeff James, Charles Sanford, Jessica Shelton. Mason Neal, Dylan Casella, Dylan Thoreau, Preston Plord, Ashley and Austin LaPlante, Cosmic Nova, Troy King, Dylan Young, and Alex Hawkins, the top 20. Ish Taylor, Henry Powers, Tom Shelley, Mary Shelley, Momo Akari, William Duncan, Amy Shelley, and Will Lewis, the top 28. Alex Perkle is scored 30th, Eric Powers 31st, Daniel Day 32nd. Ashley Brock, Jonathan Zorline, Matt Dixon, as DJ Curtis, the car scored 29th, is in the grass. So, problems possibly for the MB2 Motorsports number 14. Drivers out of the race, though, after the incident. Brennan Patterson, Chris Louvier, Jake Baskinger, Seth Cole, Kyle Collins, Chris Washer, and Eric Enrage. There is damage to the right side of the 14, though. Pace speed 70, and this guy's barely keeping 70 right now for DJ. Well, I mean, at least on the bright side, they're getting points on a car that has no points, but they certainly could have been doing a lot better than that. But the green flag back out for Bill Davis Racing's Ali Nelson. And remember, most of those drivers on pit road taking fuel only. So no better tires than on the Ali Nelson machine. Well, the only benefit that these guys have is they have more fuel in the tank so that they can run a little bit longer. But we're going to be 3 wide on the back straightaway, it looks like, as Sam Young, the Season 2 Daytona 500 winner, is going to go to the lead with help from Jeff James and Charles Sanford. Yeah, this is a lot better than what it was. Before it was like 2 frames. Leading the lap is Sam Young, but here comes the 05 to the top spot. Well, as he goes to the lead, perfect time to see who's actually running at the back off the pace. Looks like Ashley Brock, Matt Dixon, Jonathan Zorline, Will Lewis back here, Daniel Day, Eric Powers, Alex Perkle, Duncan's back here, Amy Shelley, Momo Akari. Henry Powers is still in the draft. As Axel Casella in the wall, as well as Sam Curtis. That's going to be some spots for the guys hanging at the back. And a chance to maybe catch the lead cars. As Mason Neal actually led the lap. So no bonus points for the 05 yet. I'd have to look for what the next California track is, or West Coast based one is. They're not going north of the border next week to 3 unit though. Unless they get sponsorship or something for it. And meaning more sponsorship, I mean. They don't have the sponsorship to go to 3-unit. Alex Hawkins now into second, trying to chase down the rookie Mason Neal. As 3 wide for third. One of those cars has no points. They're wanting to finish well today. Well, actually, never mind. None of those cars had no points because 30 got the 14 from last season. Yeah, and how about the 38? The defending winner of the Daytona 500, Mary Shelly, up into fourth. Now Mary Shelly going inside of her brother Tom for second, or at least cousin. I don't know what the exact relation is between all of them. Hey, yeah. Just wait till you actually see the truck and Nationwide when they're... Well, crap, I'm going to have to get used to that. But truck and Hooters series race at like 60 frames. Austin LaPlante now looking inside of the defending champion. And the 05 and 55 working together on the inside line. Two of the longest winless streaks in Coke Vanilla Cup Series action. Now Austin LaPlante, car 25 to the inside, going for the lead. Yep, Domino's Pizza on board. Bill Davis Racing. She's gone so long without a win. Too early to think that this is going to be the day, though, as only going to be 15 laps complete. But Gene Sanford leads at Daytona. What it would be if this team can get 5 bonus points. They don't have any owner's points. And, of course, you have Cosmic Nova, who's in the Bud Shootout a week ago. Or a little over a week ago, going for second. Gene Sanford leads the lap. How about the power the Dodgers have shown today? Now Dodge is going for the 1-2 spots here. Well, yeah, that'll make it 1, 2, and 5. As here comes Dylan Casella to the inside. Allie Nelson's car has got to be off the pace. It's hanging at the back of this pack for some reason. All three Dodges in the top 3 spots, though, now, as Amy Shelly, Tom Shelly go to second and third. Here comes Duncan, and Shelly not going to get there. As Shelly now goes to the inside, Duncan into third. Sam Young back up here at the front with Dylan Young behind him. Boy, Sam's got a great car in that RCR Chevy, doesn't he? Definitely. Dylan Young up here. Started on the final row. Was the 5th car to get in on points out of 6 cars that did so. Who was supposed to be driving that anyway? Oh, Henry Powers on the apron! Save it, boys! Save it! They save it! We stay green! Unbelievable! Kyle Matthews coming off pit road, I think. Jessica Shelton still off the pace, trying to get back up to speed after going through the grass. Well, these are the cars who had already lost the draft. But now all of these guys could use a caution severely. Henry Powers, his car is damaged off the pace now. Mason Neal, Mary Shelley's back here. Ish Taylor got hung up. And how about Allie Nelson just hanging around, now up to 18th because of all this? And this is literally, I think it's literally okay. It's a 16-car lead draft led by Dylan Casella out of the Roush Fenway Racing team. Gene Sanford in the wall. Oh, well. 15 cars now in this lead draft as the 05 goes for the lead. Casella leads the lap. Jeff James helping Sanford go to the top spot. Jeff James now to the lead. Talking about the cars with no points, this is another one. Could use a great run to start it out just in case he misses one or two of the next two races. Yep. Although they were allowed to replace the engines after the duels. Troy King now to the top spot, and that with no penalty of having to go to the rear. Oh, Ashley Brock! Troy King, the big loser out of all that. Oh, King on the apron. He got turned by Ashley LaPlante there. Petty Dodge, Haas CNC Chevy, a Ganassi Dodge, the No Fear Ford up in fourth. And how about the car that was driven by Trevor Meacham the last two seasons running in fifth? Yeah, and how about this? We just crossed the halfway point the last time by. 19 laps to go from the Daytona 500. Troy King now into second. And just as soon as they were all split apart, look how they're bunching back up again. Although, except Gene Sanford got caught up behind Ashley Brock. Can't even say the name. Troy King back to the lead. How about William Duncan, the 48? Dylan Young now to the top spot. Zorline coming off of turn 2 right now. Yeah, first and last, wrecked in the first wreck. As we are now back to a 14-car lead draft. Dylan Casella trying to hang on to it. Although Mary Shelley, Gene Sanford, Allie Nelson can certainly help if they could just stop battling. Dylan Young leads the lap. 5 bonus points for the 8 car. As back to the lead for car 89. Wait a minute. The caution is out. They have wrecked. Jessica Shelton involved, it looks like. Momo Akari, Alex Perkle, Will Lewis, Eric Powers, Sam Curtis, Steve Pollard. Yeah, they wrecked. Right. It was at the back of the pack. It was one of the separate packs. As coming off 4, Amy Shelley will lead underneath the caution. Time to take a look at what happened, though, to bring out the caution. A great green flag run there, though, in the middle part of this race. Well, and to find this wreck, we had to go to one of the separate packs on the racetrack. These guys were in the mid to low 20s. Jessica Shelton gets into 66 of Sam Curtis. Back up the track, Eric Powers, Steve Pollard, Momo Akari, and Ish Taylor all collected. Oh, Henry Powers. Yeah, true. I actually don't see any onboards that were actually in the direct vicinity of that. Oh, and I'm mistaken. I'm sorry. I said Alex Perk was involved. No, he was just at the back of the pack. I thought Will Lewis also was involved. Amy Shelly, though, led under the caution. If there are pit stops, we'll take you to those. If not, we'll bring you back for the green flag. And we are back. Lap cars will be a factor because this comes with more than 10 to go. Amy Shelly, as I mistake my girls for the Shellys here pretty much every single time because it's you have Amy and then Amanda. You have Amy and then Amanda. I'm not kidding. So Amy Shelly leads. Then Preston Plord is second. Alex Hawkins, Jeff James, Ashley LaPlante, Charles Sanford is somehow in sixth. Dylan Young, Dylan Thoreau, Sam Young, Ben Neuwirth, Cosmic Nova, Tom Shelley, William Duncan, Troy King, Dylan Casella, Mary Shelley, Gene Sanford, Ali Nelson, Daniel Day, and Axel Casella, the top 20. Then you have Alex Perkle, Will Lewis, Matt Dixon, Mason Neal, Austin LaPlante, Henry Powers, Jessica Shelton, and Sam Curtis, the top 28. There are 30 cars running when we get the restart here. Eric Powers, Steve Pollard, Momakari, and Ish Taylor taking their cars behind the wall as a result of the incident. And DJ Curtis had a suspension failure on his car, which forced his MB2 Motorsports car to go behind the wall. Done for the day here in the Daytona 500. So, with what will be 12 laps to go, what do you expect to see on this from here to the end of the race, Steven? Well, yeah, but I mean, obviously, business going to pick up here. Now it's starting to get to go time. Not a lot of time left to get where you need to be for the final couple laps, but still, patience going to be key. Well, who's going to get clear of them is going to be the question. As the Racing for Jesus car is going to lead us down, we are back to racing at Daytona. And only Amy Shelley has gotten clear of the lapped cars. As Jeff James going to get inside of Zorline, but going to get blocked by Ashley Brock. Plord's clear. Hawkins clear. Ashley LaPlante having to go around the way outside of Zorline. Now they're going to be clear on the back straightaway. As the battle is pretty much for fourth right now. Sanford almost opened the door for Dylan Young. Top three breaking away a little bit. Or not. Neuwirth gives inside of Dylan Young. But they're 3 wide for the lead. Alex Hawkins tries to get the top spot as Amy Shelley led the lap. Sanford into fourth. Amy Shelley now with a big crossover going to the bottom here. 3 wide for the race lead. Yeah, and look at the 05. Up to second at Daytona. They may get sponsorship. Who knows? Mary Shelley is back up here. 10 to go from the Daytona 500. Yeah, just because they both have very long winless streaks of more than 2 seasons. Sanford inside with all the help on the bottom. But then Mary Shelley goes even lower. Ali Nelson, who has been hanging at the back of the pack all race long, now chooses to be up here running third. Not about how you get to the point, just going to be where you finish. Ali Nelson proving that she hung at the back all race long and is up here when it's going to matter most. How about Dylan Casella, the 06? Duncan was the slowest car in qualifying for pole day, and he's up here in the pack. Just so long as they don't go 4 wide, we are going to be just fine, I think. All this happening behind the defending champion, Mary Shelly. Does she have too big of a lead, though, on Tom? Shelly's 1-2 with 8 to go. Tom Shelly to the inside. All 3 Shellys are in the lead pack. Dylan Thoreau, we haven't talked about him all race long. He's up here in second now. Daniel Day, we haven't talked about him. Yeah, he kind of, I won't lie about that one. Preston Plord now to the top spot. One of the Hooters Series contenders last season now leads. And here comes the aforementioned Daniel Day, inside for second. And how about all 3 Bill Davis cars up here in this lead draft? We'll have to improve your Skype volume, though. We will have to do that. We'll have to improve it, like raise it up a little bit. That's the one thing I'm hearing. But Ben Neuwirth now into third in car 23 with his teammate right behind him. And now Neuwirth to the inside, but Allie Nelson doesn't go with him, and Troy King fills in the hole. And Amy Shelly and Charles Sanford with Gene Sanford all working together on the inside line. All this now Troy King, the lead car on that draft. 5 to go, next time by. It's going to be a matter of being in the right spot at the right time. And just remember, if it needs, we will go to a green-white checkered still. Yep, here comes the Sanfords. Henry Sanford missed the race, so the 2 Sanfords that are in the race going for the top 2 spots. Never mind. Jeff James is up here. Axel Casella is just hanging at the back of this pack, and I think he might be in one of the better spots. Wouldn't that be something? Actually, how big is this pack then? 18 cars strong. Dylan Young from the final row to second. We've seen that before. And now he is in the draft. Inside of LaPlante. As Dylan Thoreau goes inside of the defending champion for second. Gene Sanford leads with 4 to go. Here comes Thoreau. No, so much for give. It's all take at this point. Allie Nelson there, third on the inside line. Daniel Day now goes to the top spot. Duncan got to the inside line there. I saw that. The 48 had an opening. He gets to the inside line. In between the 45 and the 80. Yep, slowest car. And now he's up here in the draft as Allie Nelson to the top spot. Not for long. Here comes Hawkins to the top spot. If Axel Casella wins the 500, that would be amazing. As Amy Shelly had a little bit of help from Troy King, They keep it straight, though. 2 to go. This time by. I wouldn't put it there. Tom Shelly now. The 80's got to protect that bomb if he's going to have any shot. Ashley LaPlante's right there. Preston Plord now goes inside of the 31. Wouldn't that be something? Casella leaving doors open on the back straightaway. Preston Plord fills it in. The 05 pushing the 04. And getting pushed by the 00. Going for second as they come to the white flag. Does anyone have anything for Tom Shelly? Jeff James, Troy King goes to the inside. Here comes the 05. That car's not even going to be running all the races right now. Here comes Troy King and Amy Shelly. Oh my gosh. Sanford versus Shelly. Who's going to win it? Shelly makes a move, but is it too late? To the line, 05 wins it. Sanford wins the 500 as Allie Nelson pits coming to the checkered flag. They may have sponsorship for 3 unit, who knows? That just broke a 60 race winless streak or so for Charles Sanford. Charles Sanford gets it done. Only his second career Coke Vanilla Cup Series win. His first came back in season 1 at Michigan. Amy Shelly, Alex Hawkins, Dylan Casella, Troy King, Mary Shelley, Dylan Thoreau, Jeff James, Preston Plord, Gene Sanford, the top 10. And Tom Shelly, who led the field coming to the white flag, finishes 11th. Axel Casella, 13th. The 80 car finishes 13th today. Who were some of the other notables who got a good run today because of troubles by others? Huh? Uh, 05 should run 3 in it. Ironically enough, that also, if they do run all the races, decide to run all the races and the 05 stays top 30 in points, the 05's in the chase. I have no other words. Charles Sanford wins the Daytona 500. Steven, your final thoughts on today's race? I will say this. 4 years, 4 different winners of the Daytona 500. You look at Devin Smith won it season 1. Then it was Sam Young, season 2. Mary Shelley, season 3. Charles Sanford, season 4. You'll never let me live that one down. So we'll have to see if Charles Sanford and the 05 S3 Motorsports team decide to go to 3-unit next week. For Stephen Paul III, I'm Charles Sanford, and this has been a production of the NRSL. We'll see you next week from north of the border in Canada for 3-unit. Short track racing, yeah. Charles Sanford getting ready to do a little bit of celebration here. Looks like that'll be it for him. We'll see if he makes it down to or up to 3-unit, and we'll see you next week.